Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 26 of Annijuuti Knits podcast. Hi, and welcome. My name is Annina, if you are here for the first time, and I am a knitter based in Finland. And this is my channel where I talk about everything knitting, designing, yarn related. Welcome. So let's get started today's business. I actually do have quite a lot to show today. I have been really busy. Um, I'm kind of rusty. I don't know why. Maybe it was because yesterday I was at a knitting retreat as a guest, and that was held in Swedish. And I've been listening to Swedish all day yesterday, so it's kind of messing up with my head. I don't really speak Swedish myself. I was talking there and telling about my designs and all that. So I was one of the guests, but I was the only one who spoke Finnish, and there was someone translating my um, my speech in Swedish. But I do speak Swedish myself a little bit, but mostly because Swedish is mandatory in school here in Finland. So we learn 4 years of Swedish, and then you can, of course, learn longer if you will, if you want. But I have done that 4 years, and I do know I'm quite good at listening the Swedish. I can understand most of it, but it's just so very hard to speak Swedish. But anyway, that was not relevant for this episode. Anyway, let's start with my finished object. I only have one today, and you have seen it already in the thumbnail, and it is these socks. Woohoo! They are done. It took me 2 years. It took me 2 whole years to finish these, and I didn't knit them for 2 years. They were hibernating in my knitting basket, but anyway. So these are my Tuulen värit socks. I have talked about them multiple times, and they are finally done. I showed you these in one of the episodes this year. I think it was my, I don't know, January episode when I started working on them again. And they are stranded colorwork socks. I have no idea how much you can see because I couldn't get my iPhone to mirror the screen, so I'm just going blind today. So if things don't focus or they are not in the frame, I'm sorry because I can't see. I'm just doing this blind. These are knit in Novita Nalle, which is a sport weight sock yarn, very common here in Finland, and apparently in the UK nowadays people are using this yarn more and more. And yeah, my first ever finished or published pattern, Tuulen värit, and I did this using 3mm needles. I have started them with DPNs, can you believe? And after that I've switched into magic loop, and so the other one is made using DPNs and the other one is made using magic loop. And because there was 2 years in between, my gauge was a tiny bit different, and I had to block quite hard so that I could match the sizing for the second one, but that's all right. I learned a new technique using this. I learned a new technique when making the second pair, and that was the ladder back jacquard technique, which gives a stretchy floats. So here and here on the top you can see them. I'm really pleased with that technique because there is 9 stitches in between these arrows, and that was kind of, it's kind of tight, the first sock, but yeah, they are now down. I have one Christmas present already waiting for its turn, and I wouldn't be a good podcaster if I wouldn't tell you that I made a mistake. And my mistake is that when I made this first sock, I already started the second one, and I thought that I had the whole ribbing. So I just started from the colorwork. But it turns out I was 1 repeat short. So the other one is 4 rounds shorter than the other one. And now you know. Now I have come clean with my mistakes, but I don't think the recipient will notice when they are on. It's fine. But yeah, I'm finally able to collect these as a finished item, and I can put them in the cupboard or in the drawer waiting for Christmas. I'm so very happy about this. I forgot to tell you, you probably already know, you can find me on Instagram as Annijuuti Knits and on Ravelry as Annijuuti. I do also have a Facebook group for mainly for my sock knitting, and that is also called Annijuuti Knits. I have no idea how to use Ravelry except for buying and selling patterns. So I can see that people friend me a lot, and I never friend anyone back because I don't know what to do with that. So I'm so bad with Ravelry. I just don't use it. So I'm sorry. I'm happy that people are connecting with me, but I have no idea how to use it or utilize that friending thing. So let's move on. That was my only finished object, but I think it deserves a round of applause. I'm not wearing anything knitted today. I am actually wearing a self-made or handmade dress. This is just a jersey dress. I can actually put a picture here. You can see how it actually looks like. Don't mind the mess behind the photo. I did use a pattern from a pattern book that I have for the top part, and then I just made the ruffles as I wanted, and it's so comfortable. It's so lovely. I made this half sleeves, elbow length, or not quite elbow length, but longer t-shirt sleeves, and I find this very comfortable and flattering. So I already have a fabric for another dress, and I will definitely make another one because this is so comfortable to wear. All right, let's move on. All right, so my second work in progress, or my first work in progress that I'm going to show you today, I did talk about this in my last episode, and I do have 2 sets of needles attached, so I'm sorry if it clicks and clacks together. This is my second sample of my Paju pullover, and here it is. I have actually managed to make a lot of progress. I was here last time, so just quite just at the end of the first set of increases, and not quite even at the sleeve separation. So here I was the last time we spoke. So in 2 weeks I have managed to make the whole body. I yesterday made nearly entire hem ribbing. So I think I'm only 3 rounds short of the ribbing, and then I will finish the hem. I have already picked up the stitches for the sleeve and started the sleeve a little bit because I was yesterday at that knitting retreat and there were people giving their presentations and there was a lot of time to knit. So I thought the sleeve would be something easy to knit, but actually this is now my second sample, so the ribbing was easy enough to remember for me. So I managed to do almost the whole ribbing yesterday. So that was good because at home sometimes it's very hard to concentrate long periods of time when there are children running around and other stuff as well. So I'm very pleased that I managed to do the whole hem yesterday, and now I already have the sleeve on a good start, and I can then just chug along with the stockinette. So this long sleeve version will be straight sleeve with a cinched in cuff, so it will create this like a bell or puff sleeve. Yeah. So I have managed. I promised last time that I will be concentrating on this whip the most because I really need this sample to be done. I'm planning on having a photo shoot with my friend in a month, or friends. I have 2 good friends that I am seeing in a knit festival, so they can photograph me. So I should have this ready by then, and I'm definitely going to have this finished by next month because it's already quite far along. So my Paju pullover, the pattern is now in testing in English, and the Finnish translations test knit will start soon. I think in a week or in a week. I'm hoping in a week if I can manage to make it happen. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing, and that is that. All right, next topic, another sweater. This is also something that I already showed you last time, and this is my Peacock tee. This is probably more like the Peacock sweater because I'm using thicker yarn. And this lace portion is now coming up to or down to the sleeve separation. The Peacock tee is made with using thinner yarn. I can't remember. Maybe it was this Sandnes garn Lene, I think. And that gives you 22 stitches maybe. I can't remember. Anyway, I did my own calculations and how I can manage to get the circumference that I want. So my gauge is 17 stitches per 10 centimeters, and I was knitting the size small, and I got a finished object or finished bust measurement for the size large. So this is quite comfortable fit for me. I might try. No, I won't try it on. You have to take my word for it. I'm too lazy to take it on the cords and try it properly on. So you have to take my word for it. last time I spoke how I was playing yarn chicken with this one, and I definitely was until I ordered some more yarn because this is the Drops Paris cotton yarn, which is 75 meters per 50 grams. So it's quite thick. And I thought that I have more use for this garment if it has longer sleeves. So it wasn't anymore about the length of the hem. It was more about the length of the sleeve, because I have been wearing my Helia tee, the mustard yellow golden t-shirt that I made this spring, and I just don't like the length of the sleeve. It's like it's too short. It's too short. I have strong arms, and I try to cover them a bit more. So I'm actually thinking of redoing the sleeves on my Helia tee, that golden tee, but also I wanted longer sleeves for this one. Here is where I was last time. So I had just made a couple of repeats on the yoke here on my stitch marker, and I have actually progressed quite a lot with this. I'm using 5mm or 5.5 maybe. No, 5mm needles. That is a US 8, and it's nice and quick, or it come like it. You can really see when you do like 2 rounds, it grows in front of your eyes. So it's nice, except that cotton is not very nice to work with. I'm actually getting like wrist pain when I'm working with this thicker cotton yarn. So I've been very conscious not to knit too much on this one so that I won't hurt my hands. I do really love this color. I think it suits me. I think it suits my complexion. So this is the denim dark denim wash, I think it was the color. Dark denim, and this is recycled cotton, recycled denim actually. So yeah, it's going to be, I think, very wearable item when I do have longer sleeves. So I did buy some more yarn, and I'm thinking I will do like 3/4 length sleeves, so I get the most wear out of this sweater. And that was my Peacock tee by Lene, Holme, Samsoe. My husband took the kids out, and although I know that I have enough time, it's this feeling of rush. So I'm sorry if I'm blabbering too fast. I'm trying to calm down and enjoy the process. Next thing that I want to show you is another sweater. This I have shown you. It's been a while, I think. At least 2 episodes since I last time showed it, and it has not grown that much, but I really wanted to bring it out to give it to to give it a possibility to shine, because I think it's very pretty. This is the Seleste pullover by Sari Nordlund, and this is how far I am. I'm really struggling to see the pattern. It's just a lot of bubbles and a lot of holes, and it doesn't really, when you stretch it out you can see it better, but I'm just, I hate that clicking of the needles. I just struggle to see how it will look. I'm on row 34, and I have until, I think I have like 18 rounds of lace to make. So last time I showed it, I was here, and this is 2 nights of knitting not 2 whole nights of knitting, but 2 nights of a little bit of concentration, because this chart does require a lot of concentration. I'm finding it easier now when I'm going further down the lace chart, because it is there is stockinette stitch in between the bubbles and the decreases and increases and the yarn overs. So it's actually more of a intuitive lace now that it goes further down, and it's more enjoyable. I'm hoping to finish this lace yoke until or before we are going, or I am going to the knit festival in Jyväskylä, where I'm going to meet my friends. So I think this would be a good project to take with me. I was already thinking to start something new and fun and exciting, but I do have these beautiful projects here already started that I really want to finish. So I think my goal is to finish the lace before I leave to Jyväskylä, and then knit the body while I'm chatting with my friends and enjoying the atmosphere at the knit festival. So that is my plan. And yeah, not much done, but I will get there eventually. Those were all my sweater whips that I have been working on. I know that most of my time has gone with my Paju pullover, because that is the most urgent one, and I've been really enjoying working with that fingering weight yarn. I think my go-to needle size is 3.5 to 4 millimeters, so I really enjoy that size needles, and I really enjoy a thinner yarn that it's drapey and it's not too heavy. That cotton sweater is extremely heavy to work with, and I think that's why I've been getting this wrist pain. Also, cotton doesn't stretch at all, so also might be that. I do have some sock whips that I want to show you, and then I do have some new exciting yarn. One older whip first, and then I will show you my only new cast on. I have shown these socks a long time ago. They have been on hold for a bit. These are my Mondim socks, and they are these ribbed sock, 2x2 ribbing on the cuff, and then 3x1 rib on the leg, and then just on the top of the foot, with a Dutch heel turn, slip stitch heel, and yeah, the very regular toe decrease. And I have started the second sock, and it's not very far, but it's there. And I thought that this could be a good handbag knitting. We are now the weather is now better. We are outside more, and the kids are playing or riding their bikes on the parking lot in front of our building. So we are spending much more time outside nowadays when the weather is better. So this is my handbag knitting, or my playground knitting. So I've been only working this outside. It's in my handbag, and whenever the kids are occupied with their with their bikes, or I can whip up a few rounds while I'm watching over them. So yeah, my plan is to finish this sock by the end of this summer. So I quite often get this second sock syndrome, so I think this is very good to it's a small project. It's very portable. You can have it on the go, and if we are hiking or walking in the woods and we have like a snack pause snack, what is the word in English, like break, that's the word. The Swedish is now coming and I hate it because it's playing with my brain anyway. So the snack break if we are hiking, and then I can whip up a few rounds with these socks. But yeah, the yarn is Mondim. This is my first time working with Mondim and I do really like it. I'm using 2mm needles, so they are like toothpicks. And here is the color. The colorway is 303. I have no idea if it has like a name for it, but it's this rusty brown, very beautiful brown. And yeah, this is 100% wool, and I don't know how well it will last in socks. If you have used Mondim before, I would happily hear what experiences you have, how well Mondim socks last when you wear them. Can you wear them in boots and or shoes, and how well they do, how well they how durable they are when you wear them. That's something that I'm interested in knowing. So if you have experience with Mondim yarn, please let me know how they last when you wear them. And yeah, I have actually been quite fast. I thought that it was going to take me longer because I thought that I have a lot of things to show. I do have two more whips. I do actually have notes this time, and my notes are like this. It's a list of names. That's my only only way of making notes, and usually I make the notes and then I forget them somewhere further, so that I can't even refer to my notes. Last time I showed these socks, or one nearly finished sock. It is my Oh Honey sock. It has this honeycomb and it's dripping down the foot. Maybe I'll insert a picture because you can see it better. But yeah, this was, I think, somewhere here because I had just finished the cabling, and so I've just finished the toe and I have started the second sock. But I have just managed to make the first round of cabling where the patterning starts. And this glorious yarn is Laurel Knits Kimo sock, which is a kit mohair, merino and nylon sock. And here is her tag. Fields of Gold is the colorway. It's so lovely and fuzzy yarn, very soft. And this pattern will be going in testing soon-ish. That's what I said last time, but I haven't had the time to write it up because Paju pullover has taken all my time, and yeah, I don't know. I think we are realistically talking about an August release for these socks. But I'm not taking any pressure. Who needs woolly socks in the middle of the summer? Even here in Finland, you probably won't need them. So yeah, I'm planning on working on these when I have the time. I am trying to accept the fact that I am a working mom and I don't have the time that I want to put into my designs always. So I'm trying to be more understanding towards myself and not to pressure myself too much with this, because I do only have 1 day a week when I can work on my designs, and it get and it takes you like 3 hours to get started, and when the 3 hours are passed you only have 3 more hours to go, and in 3 hours realistically you can't achieve too much. So, and now it's summer, my kids were home last Friday, today is Sunday by the way, 12th of June, and so yeah, they have their extra days off, and that means that I don't have my design working days at all. So sometimes that happens. But that's all you have seen, and now I have only one more new cast on, and yes, I had some yarn left over from the Tuulen värit colorwork socks, and I have had this pattern in my queue for, I don't know, 2 years, and I wanted to finally make it. So I decided to I had enough leftovers so that I can whip up another pair of socks using those yarns. So this yarn is Novita Nalle, and the pattern is a free pattern called Intian Talvi. And that's only unfortunately available in Finnish, but my Finnish knitting friends feel free to take this tip. And here they are. They are colorwork socks with cables in the front. So there's cables, there's colorwork, there's a different type of colorwork in the back. And this is using this sport weight Novita yarn. I have managed to finish up the gusset decreases, and now I have still a bit more on the foot to go. They are also going to be a present for someone, because I really don't like these thicker woolly socks myself. But this pattern was so pretty. I think because I do like to challenge myself, I have never made cables using 2 colors and stranded colorwork at the same time. So I thought it was really, really funny, or not funny, but fun looking construction. Another look. So I wanted to try something new. This was an in-between project. I really, really, really felt like I need to start something new after I finished those colorwork socks that were in the making for so long. I really needed something new and something fresh. I waited for 2 days, and then I was like, I can permit myself of a new cast on. So I did, and this is very engaging pattern. You really need to follow the charts. So as you might guess, it's not very easy to start working on this. So whenever I have time in the day, during the day, I think I did this last weekend, the whole thing, because it kind of requires that time during a day. Like in the evenings, I'm usually too tired to follow a complicated chart, and yeah, so but it's coming along nicely, and I think it's fun. It's fun looking, and it's a beautiful pattern, and yeah, I was actually quite pleased because this pattern suited my my tension like spot on. Usually I'm so tight knitter that I have to I'm such a tight knitter that I have to change the needle size, maybe change the stitch counts. This only had one size, so the fact that it worked straight away with my tension was a chef's kiss. Yeah, that's everything knit-wise that I have. I had this fun idea. I don't know if you think it's fun, but because I did my end of the year wrap up and whip parade, I was thinking if you are interested in seeing what's the situation today, 6 months later. So tell me in the comments if you think it's a good idea to film an episode where I show my current situation of my whips. I can give away that much that I had 12 whips in the beginning of this year, and from those whips I think I have finished at least 5. I do have finished 5 because I know I had a box in my, or I had a square in my knit bingo that required 5 old whips before the year of 2022, and I have now accomplished finishing one of I have now accomplished, or I have now managed to finish 5 of my old whips. So that's a yay. And yeah, let me know. Are you interested in seeing what's the current situation with my whips? I can pull them out. I already made a list what I have. So if you guys want to see, that will be my next video. Or part of my next video. It could be a video of its own, or it could be just a portion in my next episode. So yeah, that's what I thought. Last thing, what I have, or before I move into my personal talk, I have received new yarn that I want to show you next. So a friend of mine, Camilla from the CamijoKnit podcast, she sent me a message that if I would ever want to design anything from her yarn, she would happily send me some yarn to try. And I said yes, because wow, because her yarn is amazing, and she has such a beautiful taste in color. She has amazing color range in her yarn. So I said yes, please. I could have some sock yarn, because sock designs are something that I come up with and I need the yarn like now. If I have an idea, I want to start the sample right away. So I gave her free hands to choose whatever colors, and she sent me these 2. So this is gifted yarn. First of all, this, like, I mean, wow. Everyone who has ever seen an episode from me knows that I love my mustards. And this is her colorway called mustard, and this is her BFL sock. So it's a 75% blue faced Leicester and 25% nylon. So it's soft, but it's not like merino soft. You know, if you worked with blue faced Leicester before. So yeah, I'll give you a close up. It's just so beautiful. It's amazingly beautiful. So thank you so much, Camilla. I really truly appreciate this gesture. It was so lovely, and time will tell what I will make with these. And the second one is merino, her merino sock. It's the colorway is called oyster shell. The labels are a bit scrunched up because post. But yeah, so this is an extra fine merino, very soft, merino sock yarn, and this is also so beautiful. So time will only tell what I will make with these two, or socks definitely, but at what point I don't know. Thank you, Camilla. This is so lovely. I'm really happy with this. So those were my gifted yarns, and then I have now this test knit going on, and someone chose amazing colored yarn, and the Knitted Bean, she also has a podcast. I can't remember her name now. I blanked out. I'm sorry. But the Knitted Bean podcast, I will link her down below. She has had this amazing orangey brown yarn she used for her Paju, and that was I think that was my trigger. I have been thinking of buying some orangey brown tweed, and I went straight away to a yarn dyer called Ruskanlehti, and I thought about this for 3 days. So this was not an impulse buy, because I was like, why do I need more tweed yarn? I have 2 tweed sweaters, or one is on the go and one is finished, and do I really need more yarn? But I had this, you know, the nagging sound in your head that says you need it, you want it, you need it, you want it. So I had no choice. I had no choice but to buy this absolutely gorgeous brown tweed yarn. The colorway is called Cognac or Cognaci in Finnish, and it's just so beautiful. And I have no idea what I will make with this. Well, it's going to be a sweater. I don't know which pattern. Will I make a new pattern? Will I make another Paju? I don't know. But so pretty. I really love this yarn. And she was kind enough. I did ask her because I have now 4,900 followers on Instagram, so we are getting close to the 5K mark. So I asked her if she wanted to donate some yarn for a future giveaway, and she happily said yes. So she sent, I didn't give her any specifications except that I thought that merino sock base would be great, because that's so versatile. You can make shawls, you can make socks, you can use it for color work. So this is what she sent. This is gifted. So I received this yarn for the giveaway. So if you don't follow me on Instagram already, you might want to do so, because there is going to be a giveaway. I think, I'm hoping this summer. So yeah, this is part of that. And yes, here, my dear friends, is all the knitting and yarny content that I'm going to show you today. And next I will talk a little bit about my knit retreat yesterday, and then I will wrap this up from today. So yeah, if you do follow me on Instagram, you may have seen some stories that I posted about that I was asked to come to a knit retreat. It was in the Swedish-speaking area nearby where I live, not quite nearby, but it was a 40-minute drive yesterday, and they asked me if I would like to come and tell how I started how I started my designer career and how I started knitting and my story behind all my designs and all that. It was very exciting. It was very exciting to be not noticed, like to be recognized as as a designer. I'm still not quite so confident about these things. Like, although I have published quite a few patterns, I still look down. Uh, I still maybe I belittle myself, or I don't see myself as a real designer because I have not published any adult-sized garments yet. So I'm struggling with that image of me being a designer, but it was very heartwarming to receive this phone call, and I wasn't nervous. It's weird. I wasn't nervous at all, but I was like, why? Like, why would they want me? Like, am I interesting, or who would like to listen to me tell about my scribblings or my scribbles and my sock knitting? So um I was struggling a little bit with that, you know, mindset of like me being someone they would actually like to listen to. But it actually all went really well. There was there was this Finnish designer called Victoria Snellman, and she is the woman behind Lykkeliten, and she mainly makes Swedish patterns. They do have English translations as well, but not Finnish. And she was there. She is a children's wear designer. She does have some adult patterns as well, but mainly they are those children wear that she designs. And it was really interesting to listen to someone who has more experience. I think she has like 70 patterns published, and I was very intrigued to hear about other people explaining stuff. And yeah, and my portion, it went really well. Like I told you in the beginning, that everyone else was Swedish speaking, so I was kind of like fish out of water. um, but I actually managed pretty well. I I I did. I was able to. I was able to follow the conversations, and I'm. I was actually quite happy and surprised even how well I managed to understand all the Swedish. But for me to speak Swedish, it's so hard because I already do speak a lot of obviously Finnish, but also English. So it all like mixes together. It's really hard to switch from one language to another and then to another. So for me to speak Swedish, it's no. I should move to Sweden and live there for a year, and then I could then I could speak Swedish well. But that was I was going sidetracked. Yeah, there was 30 something people, and they were all very welcoming, and they listened carefully what I was saying, and a lot of them came afterwards to thank me that I came there, and it was very nice experience to have. And yeah, maybe that gave me a little bit of um, more confidence that I am a designer as well. And sometimes when I've been talking about this, someone said to me that not every designer designs adult garments, and that's not what makes you a designer. So if I have published some patterns, I can call myself a designer. And yeah, so that was something new and something exciting, and I was very happy to be recognized as a designer. And it felt really good. Thank you so much for being there, and thank you so much for listening until the end. I have now, I have now said, I have now said it all. There's not much personal life to tell you, except that in 2 weeks we have a summer holiday, or 3 weeks, and we have a holiday for 4 weeks for the whole family. So that is something that has never happened before, and I'm really exciting. I'm really excited to have that time with my family. Happy summer, happy knitting, and I hope you are doing well wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks for your support. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, you can do so if you want. That will help me to grow my channel. So give me a thumbs up and comment about if you want to see the video that I was talking about. And yeah, it was nice to talk to you again, and I will see you next time. Bye.